Hello and welcome. It's HardLore time. What's up, Bo?
Hey, man.
You see this
Hey,
guy?
who do we got? Yeah.
To my left here, Mr. Brody King, AEW House of Black legend. God's hate memories in my office here. This is the first ever in-person HardLore interview.
Hello.
Road dog.
Thank you for having
father.
me.
Husband. He does it all.
Keep going.
What can't he do?
Griller.
Griller.
Broiler.
Internet bully.
Smoker, but not of stuff other than meats.
Straight edge warrior.
He got me this shirt for Christmas 2017 or something. So I figured I'd wear it for the show. So we're here to talk about touring, which you do. You do more than us now.
Yeah, you do in multiple facets.
I think I do more than almost anybody I know, probably than Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every week.
Your life is tour.
Yeah. Usually leave Tuesday night, show on Wednesday, fly home Thursday morning. Sometimes shows, sometimes I get home Thursday, fly out on Friday, get home on Sunday, do it again.
Just for other stuff?
Yeah.
Or when the Friday shows are?
Extracurriculars.
Extracurriculars. Yeah. There you go. Bonus shows. I don't know. There's probably only a handful of people I've toured with more than I've toured with you. We're going to get to the good stuff, like eating. That's
bread and butter.
Literally the bread and butter. Yeah.
Literally the bread and butter. But I guess I'll just start with a fun anecdote that Brody here is in the fast food episode. We talked briefly about some scary sleepers we know.
Oh,
This is the scariest sleeper I know.
really?
He's a sleep demon. And I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to put you on the stake here because I'm a bad sleeper. I'm a naughty sleeper.
You're a selfish sleeper.
I'm a very selfish sleeper.
Oh, interesting. If you take the blankets and shit.
I'm a sleep colonizer, you know?
Yeah, if you have to share a bed with Colin, you're going to wake up with no blankets and he is in a cocoon.
Those are mine.
And then you try to pull it back and it's just like,
yeah, there's just nothing there.
I gotta have a leg out. But
yeah, you gotta breathe.
Sometimes the leg is up and out. It's just not fun.
I'm also a big something. I got this from my dad. I think we both our arms are in the air when we're asleep, and we're
what?
Rubbing them.
You guys
completely sleep.
You sleep on your back?
I end up on my back. Can't start on my back.
Can't start on my back.
You are sick, man. This man.
Back?
I'll be shocked if you don't fall asleep while we're recording this.
I historically can fall asleep within 30 seconds of saying goodnight.
Oh shit! So you could sleep on a plane?
Oh yeah, if I'm flying to Japan, I'm sleeping almost the whole time.
It's not that he can sleep on a plane; he can't be awake on a plane.
That's true.
He sits down and it's just
the plane engines at this point are like a white noise machine, and it's even if I'm fully awake taking an afternoon flight, I'm just like.
Nick and Chris will fall asleep before takeoff.
I can do that and wake up during landing. Yeah, it's awesome.
I cannot sleep sitting.
I think I would give, if not a foot, a couple toes to be able to do that.
to be able to sleep sitting up is truly a blessing.
Superpower.
It's a talent.
What does he do in a bed that's scary?
This fucking sick bastard. So at home, I imagine it used to be much scarier. The story of you waking up in your car 3 hours early for work.
Yeah.
That's
you're a sleepwalker.
Oh yeah. So I'm sure you could have a whole episode with Emily telling you the weird stuff I've done while sleeping, but it's just it used to happen a lot when I was younger and I was working a lot. I would get up at 4 to 5 a.m. to get to work by 6 a.m. And I would go to bed at midnight. So it's I was very sleep deprived. And if I was stressed out on the job, there was a few times, multiple times it would happen. And this was kind of normal where I would just jump out of bed, get fully dressed. And then it's I look at the alarm clock and it says 2 a.m. And you're like, what am I doing? It's if my brain just hears an alarm clock and I'm going. But there was a few times where I woke up in the car running, and I'm just in the driveway, and I'm just okay, let's go back in the house.
That's scary for other reasons, but I've met the sleep demon. And let me tell you, he's a scary guy. He wakes up, he don't trust you. He don't know you.
Yeah.
He like this man. If I make an incorrect move, which I tend to do, like I'll just be like, you know, I'm like the fucking kid from Big Daddy sleeping on the newspapers, and he'll just look up like, if I'm looking to it, like in the eyes, like he doesn't know me, like you're fucking. What's the guy, the Harry Potter guy in the maze in the end of the fourth one, where he's like enchanted and he's like a different guy?
Oh yeah,
That's you.
Fucking Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
No, not Pattinson.
Not Pattinson?
The Turkish guy or whatever.
He's just like storming through like stone face.
He's mean all of a sudden. Now, this guy turns mean all of a sudden, and then I'm like, dude, you were crazy last night. He's like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Do you, Nate? So I do the same shit, but to a much smaller degree. I have like on tour thought there were like literal bees, like Tommy guy, like just bees. Like bees. And
did you say Tommy guy?
Tommy guy.
Tommy guy. Oh my god!
You've given Andrew Morrissey so much shit that you've.
But do you know what's funny? Andrew Morrissey has said Tommy guy before.
Oh, okay.
And I just did it.
You know what's
like
crazy?
Tommy Boy,
dude. We didn't even talk about Jimmy Lemons when we were talking about Andrew Morrissey in the other episode. So we didn't give enough backstory, I guess, last time. Andrew Morrissey used to play bass in Harm's Way, The Killer.
He's a Chicago old G.
He's an old head.
Used to live with Taylor.
Used to live with Taylor. But is like famous for misquoting things, and one time referred to James, the singer of Harm's Way, as Jimmy Lemons. And Bo, I want you to explain what he meant by Jimmy Lemons.
He meant Tommy Pickles. So he meant to say Jimmy Pickles, which also doesn't work.
Right.
What was the one he did? The one at Taylor's house, the James Bourne.
Yeah, we mentioned.
I'm James Bourne.
James Bourne.
But anyway, like Tommy Guy, I thought there were bees, and like woke up and like pushed. I usually sleep with either Casey or Chris, and like pushed them out because me and James are like. James is obviously very wide, and I'm somehow the next widest, and so we never sleep together. And I pushed whoever it was out of the bed and was like yelling. And I remember James going, "God damn it!" as we all just went back to bed. And then the next morning, what I was going to ask you, Nate, do you feel like do you have any I kind of remember and feel embarrassed? Like you remember oh shit.
Yeah, I mean it's happened my entire life, so the embarrassment part isn't that. But I definitely wake up and I'll be like, I think something happened last night.
Something happened, yeah.
And I'll ask Emily, I'm like, did I do something? She's like, oh yeah. And then it's like, so the normal one is like, I'll be falling asleep while watching TV. And then like Emily will look over at me, she's like, are you asleep? I'm just like instantly combative. No. Why would I be asleep? And she's just like, just turn the TV off. I'm not asleep. And it's just like my brain just switches like.
And it's crazy that the TV can put you to sleep, because when I try to put a TV on to pacify me in a hotel room, you're like, I need complete silence.
Yeah, I need darkness and silence.
And then I'm sitting there and just like
cold.
suffering. Dude.
But I live in this rift between asleep and awake that my brain just doesn't turn off fully, and then it creates chaos. Like I remember one from when I was younger. I was just like stormed downstairs, and my sister and my mom were still awake. And I just start ripping apart a laundry basket with like clean clothes. And my mom's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, where's my fucking shorts? And she's like, what? She's like, I need shorts. And I'm just like throwing laundry everywhere. And she's like, go to bed. And I just didn't remember any of it. But yeah.
Did you find your shorts?
I don't know. Emily's, she's woken up and seen me just like standing in doorways, like just sitting up in bed, like talking. Like it's weird. And now, like, my children kind of have some of it, too.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
And it's funny because, like, when I am asleep, like, I literally sleep like Nosferatu. I just put my hands on my chest, and then I don't move.
You're
the entire night.
You and James
it's amazing.
Are the only two people I know who just, like, start on their back and they're out.
My wife, Lana, is like that, too. I don't believe that she... Like, I'm like, you're fucking spying on me.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. And just, like, she's just like, good night.
Yeah.
And 10 hours later wakes up. You know, we're talking touring, and before you were a touring musician, was Sleepwalkers before doing merch and roadieing for bands? Or was that first?
No, I'm pretty sure I probably went on tours with Twitching Tongues, at least weekends and stuff like that.
Like with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there was the Rainfest one that I couldn't tell you one detail of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could not
Was that the priest outfit one?
That was the priest outfit one.
Yeah.
He came with us. We went up there with Take Offense and Harness, and I could not genuinely. I remember a lot of stuff. I remember a lot of dumb stuff, a lot of not dumb stuff. Couldn't tell you one detail about one show on that.
I know details, but we can't get into them. But
well, there you go. Somebody got hurt.
Yeah. I think one of my earliest memories of you is when you were doing merch or you were with Riding Out and they were doing some bigger tour and jumped on our show in Haverhill. Do you recall? It was like a last minute thing. That hot ass fucking Anchors Up.
Anchors Up, R.I.P.
Yeah, so there's actually some stories I was going to tell from that. We will redact the band that I was touring with. But it was basically a segue to be on tour with Rotting Out.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I knew you before that, though.
We knew each other, yeah.
But maybe not well.
Definitely not well. It was one of my earliest. I remember you walking in with a merch bag and just being like, "That's a big motherfucker." I just probably not taken stock. But yeah, I would love to.
I was actually going to bring up something from that. So why don't you go ahead and just talk about it now?
So the band I was on tour with, I didn't really know well. They had come around a couple times and they were friendly or whatever, and then they asked if I wanted to do merch for them on tour. They were going on tour with Rotting Out, who were my good friends at the time. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And it was like a full U.S. tour. I think I went from United Blood to wherever they were taking off from, and then we did a full U.S. This was also, I think this was 2012.
That sounds right.
Yeah, because it was me and Emily started dating, and 2 weeks later, I was like, hey, I'm going to go on this month-long tour. Right. See ya. Priorities.
Yeah.
Thank God 10 years later, she's still with me. So with most things on tour, you even your best friends, like me and Colin, have bickered and fought at each other. But it's just when you don't really know the people that you're on tour with, and then that starts happening, it can spell disaster. So one story, I basically this breaks down to I either attempted to or did physically assault everyone in this band. And they still, for some reason, drove me home. But the most notable one.
One of them had it coming.
Yeah, the most notable one was kid was driving in the front. I was behind him. I don't know where we were. We were in the middle of nowhere, and he's just driving 85 through these little country towns. And it was pretty reckless. And I was just like, hey man, maybe you should slow down. And then he just goes, hey, maybe you should shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
And it's just instant red hot.
The Kill Bill noise.
Yeah.
And mind you, I'm sitting directly behind him. In this moment, I did not care if I lived or died.
If the whole van blew up, it didn't
matter. I was willing to sacrifice. So it felt like an eternity of me thinking about what I was going to do in this moment, and it was probably a half a second. So he goes, why don't you shut the fuck up? And from right behind him, I just go, wham, and smack the fuck out of the side of his face. It hits the window, and then the van's just whoa, mind you, we're going 80 down a country road.
Is there a trailer?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And then, we had to pull over, and he had to kind of collect himself because he was
shaking,
very dazed and confused.
Oh my God.
But he stopped speeding, so.
He stopped
did he ever tell you to shut the fuck up again? Yeah.
Nope, that didn't happen. But yeah, needless to say, I did not keep a relationship with this band afterwards.
Yeah. It's weird. We on the first big tour we did was the Acacia Strain tour with Terror, and we did. Chris couldn't do it, so we had this fill in from a band that like we didn't know. He was from Florida. He fucked up 100 times, dude. This guy's unbelievable. This guy. He once said to me, "I didn't know Bjork had a girl singer." We were staying at a house, and it was I think it was in Arizona, and like the AC was off, but it was the fall, but it was still like hot as fuck. Mm-hmm. And I woke up, and I must be freezing when I sleep, or I'm like miserable.
Same.
So if it's warm, I'm like losing my mind. Mm-hmm. And I wake up and I'm whining about it, and the Bjork guy was like, "Well, I think it's only like 65." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's hot in here, man." And he was like, "I don't know, it's 65." He thought his phone
Oh my God.
was a thermometer
Oh my God.
inside the house. True story. He would also like play the wrong breakdown to songs. He would just like go into like the wrong like
So he's
switch.
just a fool.
He was an idiot. He one time legitimately said to us while we were driving, "I don't know, to me it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve." You know what I mean?
No way.
Swear to God. And everyone, like Saba, was like, "Dude, what the fuck did you just say?" Like,
Record scratch.
yeah, straight up.
Did he think it would be like, that was fucking sick, dude?
I feel like this guy used to play drums in Sleepwalkers.
Oh, Lord.
Drums in. Boop.
The drummer of that band notoriously fucked up the same song every single time we played it. And like, to the point where like we're just like, why don't we just not play it? But then for some reason we would do it again. He would fuck it up again, and then one time I just like I turned around and looked at him, and I just threw the mic at his face.
He would just, if you fuck up, just keep going.
Yeah, but he would stop.
He stopped playing every time you guys fucked it up.
Oh my God.
It was wild. I love a dumb guy. You know, there was this. I feel like he listens to this podcast, so I don't think you're dumb. I'm not gonna out you by name. He filled in for drums for a band from California, and he asked 2 questions that are so legendary to me that I still quote them. One of them was asking a band from the Netherlands if they have Xbox over there.
Oh man.
And the other one was, this will hit home for you, Bo. Was,
okay.
Does Illinois have ocean?
That reads like a Google like predictive text.
Does Illinois have ocean? Yeah, this is just like tapping on the message.
Yeah.
Like, do next word. Does Illinois have ocean? Yeah, that's stupid. I'll ask it.
Our first European tour, I won't say who, but someone in our touring party asked, is internet like the same over there? Just like, will their Wi-Fi work with our
to be fair
phones?
The answer is no.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out. We got to get him on to talk to the scientists.
Has Godtape been to Europe?
No,
we've been to Japan though, which is crazy. Have we been twice? Or Godtape went once?
Yeah, we went once.
Was it Godtape and Twitching?
Yeah, so that was just hard for me, easier for everybody else.
And Palm.
And Palm, the great
Yeah,
Palm.
we toured with Palm too on our Southeast Asia show.
Gotta love some Palm.
Yeah, they're great.
We could probably do 5 episodes alone about just things that Kale has said on that tour. Yeah. That was where the Ratatouille thing,
right, I remember that.
Which Brody amended. I was wrong about part of the Ratatouille story, so he's here to correct me.
So like, I believe you said that he had said it in the van, and it was much more like casual the way that Colin told the story. So I'm going to kind of embarrass him a little bit right here. He was really upset because he double booked a tour. I think it was like his band Misery and it was either God's Hate or something else, Twitching Tongues. He double booked a tour and was kind of melting down. This is like getting on the plane to go to Japan for a week. So it's already starting off on the wrong foot.
He had a bad flight.
Yeah.
Just like thinking about that.
So as he's like melting down, Colin is like sitting 2 seats away from him. And
I gave him $20 for the row.
yeah.
Because he got sat in a row by himself, and I was like, "Okay, I'll give you $20." And he was like, "Holy shit, yes."
So Colin just decided to not bother him because he'd already been having a bad time. Middle of the flight, it's like nighttime. Colin's watching the TV. Kale wakes up out of nowhere,
frantic,
and he's just like,
headphones. I'm like,
"What is ratatouille?"
"It's a food." And I go back.
He goes, "It's a food," and he just goes back to watching the TV, and he goes, No, sorry. You said it's a movie.
It's a movie.
And then he goes, "No, the food."
It was so. I remember now that it was like take it off. I need the food. Is it food or? So I apologize for misquoting the story.
After
really
having a mental break, he needed to know what ratatouille the food was.
Dude, this is much better.
Yeah. Like, dude, when I heard him tell his story, I was like, you just ruined one of the greatest stories of all time.
And I remember it that way because the first thing I did when we were all sitting in the van is to tell everybody. I was like, you guys are not going to believe what Kale said to me.
So that's why you conflated it. I got you. God, that's good.
Dude, I mean, Kale on that tour was just amazing. There was... Sorry, Kale. There was a moment, and we were playing Osaka, where before the set, he was asleep behind the kit while we were sound checking.
Oh my God.
He set it up. We set up everything. We was like, he was awake setting up drums.
Yeah.
And then it came time, like guitars were line checking. He's like, I just need to lay down. And then we're like, Kale, get up, like start a line. And then he's just kind of like begrudgingly gets up, does the line check, and then we get to the song "Cannibal" in the set list, and it's like a fast song.
Yeah.
So on stage, in his hands is saying, "Not cannibal, not cannibal," and I'm like, Kale, you're embarrassing me. Play the song.
Get your ass.
Play the song. There's always there's.
Mind you, we had just watched Runner play, who has like the same drummer as Palm, and he's just one of the most amazing people to watch
it's literally
play.
20 minutes of like.
Yeah.
And then you got Kale just like, not cannibal.
Kenta.
Yeah,
Kenta
Kenta, yeah.
from Palm. Shout out Kenta.
Very good.
In case you listen.
Dude, and Osaka's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That had all the like crazy, like, it's a crab outside of the place that like moves, right? Like all that shit.
Didn't Frampton play that show or something?
Warhead played.
What?
Yeah. It was sick.
Wow.
Like Warhead opened for God's Hate. And Kale did the not cannibal thing.
Oh my God.
So sick.
So
that's brutal.
The thing with Kale is like, tour Kale is much different than Kale and like out of tour. Like, he could either be the best person to be around, or you're just like, dude, what is going on right now?
Yeah.
He goes from comedic mastermind to the Joker.
Yeah, he becomes and it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
And the thing about him is he doesn't take care of himself at all. He doesn't eat food. He doesn't drink water. It's like the one thing you'll always see is like the Pop Top Monster, the green monster, the OG Pop Top. And it's like, I feel like I have so many stories just on him with Monster. Like one time we were driving back from Rainfest and I had to do the night drive and he just like sits in the front seat and he's just like, all right, I'm your co-pilot. Pops his big ass Monster, downs the whole thing, instantly falls asleep.
Oh my God.
Dude.
But so he would get dehydrated to hell because he's only drinking energy drinks, and that's kind of what started the Not Cannibal. We were playing in Detroit with Nails, and a similar situation happened. I forgot what song it was, but we finished the song, and like we're kind of rolling. We're supposed to roll into the next song. He's supposed to count us in, and me and Leo like look at him and be like, "What's going on?" He just goes, "Water!" like as loud as he can. And then, like, I just pick up a cup of water and just throw it at him. And then, like, it was a venue where they wouldn't give us bottles, so it was like a Gatorade thing.
God,
so Taylor's just like filling them as fast as he can to like get kale water. Yeah, I mean he's
the green monster is so fucking brutal.
yeah.
Oh, and that's his.
It's
That
so
is water
brutal.
to old kale.
That is his. That is his
I don't
beverage
know
of
if it is
choice.
anymore, Kale. I'm sure you're gonna hear this. Please let me know if that's what you're still.
I
up to.
don't remember on Ghostmane what he was. I don't remember seeing water. I don't remember seeing monster.
I will take this into my favorite kale story of all time. We we were touring with King 9.
Wait. I'm gonna follow you up with one that you're gonna love.
Please.
I mean, I'm sure that there's so many that I'm missing, but this is my favorite because this one gets brought up all the time. It's King 9, God's Hate. We were going from Northern California to Seattle. We stopped in Portland, and we were staying at someone's house.
Oh God.
And we were all. It was late at night, and we were having like sleepover giggles where
When you're going to
yeah.
sleep and somebody says pee pee and it's like
Yeah.
like everyone's just kind of like
We call it the sleepy ha-has.
yeah. So Kale, he never really did shit for he never drove, he never did anything, but for some reason this night we were like, whatever, Kale, you take the couch. So he fell asleep hours before anyone, and we're all fucking around and laughing and joking. And we finally, everyone calms down. It's dark. This is 30 seconds into everyone being silent. And Kale just goes, yeah. He's been asleep for hours. And everyone just roars with laughter. And then
alert. It was like, what was that?
and then we all calm down. He goes, is someone at the door? And we're just we instantly just lose it.
Dude, whatever was happening in his dreams was he was answering
Yeah.
a
Someone's
road
knocking.
doorknob.
Yeah.
And we heard all about it.
So for the rest of that drive and tour, what's the song with the guitar lick?
Yeah.
So Leo would play that on repeat. He would just kept starting the song over, and he just kept going, yeah.
Dude, one of my favorite, I know you have one. I have a real quick one. You just mentioned Leo. When we did, right before we went to Asia, we did, us and Disgrace went up to, we played Gilman. Mm-hmm. And on the way, we all took Taylor's van. And on the way, Leo had put on Master Killer. And we listened to it all the way through. And it was a great time. And this is literally one of my favorite things ever. He went, all right, what do you guys want to listen to after the last song finished? And everyone was like, oh, whatever, man. He went, okay, cool. Just immediately into Master.
That's the classic Leo rib, is he picks a song and then he forces it on you until it's the most annoying thing, and then it mentally breaks you, and then it's the funniest thing. When he would play Dog Eat Dog, it was it was burned into my brain.
Until you love it.
Until you love it, yeah.
Dude, I mean, he and Baker, we called it a one a day, like taking a vitamin.
Angel Dust?
We listened to Angel Dust by Faith No More once a drive, every day. And by the end of the tour, all of us love Faith
What's
No More.
funny about that, there's a Leo, the line from Falling to Pieces on the other Faith No More record where he goes, somebody put me together. Leo walks around. He would walk around and say that every 10 minutes for a full day. And you'd hear him from across the venue and you'd just be like, Leo!
It's funny because Leo is not the most outgoing person to for normal people, so I don't feel like people know how funny he is. But he is
unreal.
A master of mental warfare, and he's a comedic genius.
He is the most brilliant gaslighter to ever exist, to ever walk the earth. He's also maybe, no diss to Taylor, my brother. We've done great things together. But Leo and I there was some magic happening whenever we were, Mass Murder was written in a week and a half. Just
really?
him and I in a room, just barreling through it.
He's a riffer.
He is. And there was one practice where, speaking of Master Killer, we were gonna. It was let's write this song, but let's warm up with the first song on Five Deadly Nomes. Yep. Played the whole. We ended up just no planning, no practicing ever. I didn't even know that I knew the songs on drums, but we just played the record start to finish. It was one of those things where we were like, nobody's gonna believe us that this was a thing that we just did.
Yeah, right.
It felt magical.
Just scarred straight on.
Just straight in.
Every other song.
And then just did the whole thing. Felt great.
What was your? You had another Kale story.
I did.
Locked and loaded.
So we were practicing a lot. I think this is before the last Rainfest. Kale thought we were practicing.
Oh
again,
my god, dude!
but we were leaving for the fest.
He wasn't ready.
So we showed up. Me and Anthony, I think we're living together. We just got to Taylor's. We're all loading the van. Kale shows up late, later than he was supposed to be there. And he walks right past us, like loading the van. Like, he goes, "What's up, guys?" Just walks into Taylor's garage where we normally practice. And he's in there for like 5 minutes.
I think he's just setting up the kit.
And then he comes back out and he goes, "Are we practicing?" And it's like, "We are leaving to go to Rainfest. Today?"
Oh my god.
So we drove him home, he and I together,
Yeah.
and waited for him to pack his bag, and he was taking forever. Like, to the point where
It was like an hour.
legit, like embellishing. It was probably an hour, but realistically, 59 minutes.
It was way longer than you need to put some clothes in a bag.
And it was like, all right, should we just go in there and get him? And he finally gets in. He's like, all right, guys, I'm ready. And it's just like a visible cloud of weed.
There it is.
He's just like, "Yeah, sorry, it took so long." And it's just like
Pigpen.
it's just like floating around him.
Like he was he's levitating in my car.
Does he take a long time to shower and shit? Like at the hotel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he falls asleep in the
Fall
shower.
asleep in the shower.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Sorry.
Chris Mills takes forever in the shower. I don't know what he's doing.
Drummers, man. Mike Cesario.
So I'm like, I have a big pet peeve of people that are inconsiderate of other people's time. And Mike Cesario and Kale on tour, like, fill me with a homicidal rage.
Mike is tired. Mike is perpetually tired, and that's where it comes from.
Because you'll be like, "Mike, get up."
And he'll be like, "Dude, I'm awake."
Get up. And he's like, "When are we leaving?" "We're leaving in 15 minutes. "Okay, give me 10 more.
The thing he does, like, he's one of those people that I think has like a 6 a.m. alarm, a 6:05, a 6:10, a 6:15.
Yeah.
And like waking up Mike, he goes, "Oh, dude, just 5 more minutes, dude. 5 more minutes." And then it's like a half hour of that, and then he's like, "Can I shower?"
No.
Oh my god.
And
You missed the
that's
opportunity.
the Chris Mills special, right?
Chris has gotten like so much after 2018 when we toured like 9 months, like that codifies correct behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least with like James cannot handle bullshit. You know what I mean? So it's almost every single time we'll get to the hotel, and because I usually drive at night, I'm first in the shower and then first in bed. Mm-hmm. And then Chris will wait until everyone else is done now, and he'll just take like a 45-minute shower, but at 3 a.m. So who gives a shit?
Well, that is a disturbance.
Yeah.
It's a good compromise for us.
But also,
Chris needs his long shower.
Anyone that plays a fucking show and then doesn't shower after, like, you are a sick human.
That's next level.
That's next level.
If you wait till the next morning, like, you're disgusting.
Yeah, that's sickening.
But talking about Mike, it makes me think of another story. So
leave him alone, man. He listens.
This
to the
is
show.
probably good.
Okay.
This is after he probably did one of his sleep things, and then like we were running late. It was God's hate and disgrace. We were driving from somewhere to Philly. I don't know where we were. Maybe, I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're driving to Philly, and we're already kind of behind. We stop at a gas station, and Taylor forbids anyone from going inside, just to save time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what's his plan here? And like me and Taylor, like, we're usually on the same page. Sometimes I'm a little more reasonable than he is. Sometimes Tyrant Taylor comes out. but he gives me a look that's like, just trust me on this. But he wants to fuck with everybody else. So he's just like telling them all that they can't go. And him and Mike just get into a fight. Like, Mike's like, why can't I go inside? Why can't I just go get a bagel? He's like, because we don't have time. I don't want to wait for you to go inside. Take your time and then come back out. We got to go.
Yeah.
And Mike is just like, I don't understand how 5 minutes is going to matter. And he's just getting the most mad ever. And like Leo and Kyle just kind of like let it go. And it was annoying, but like they were just like, whatever. Like, this is how the day's going to be.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when Taylor's in that mood, you just don't even fight.
It's easier
it.
to just, sure.
So I'm just like, where's this going? We start driving, and then it's like an hour passes. We're just passing gas stations too. So I feel like every gas station we pass, Mike is just getting more mad.
Oh, for sure. Was Alex Samiova with us?
Maybe.
Is this that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because I think I know what you're talking about.
2 hours
Alex
in,
was like, please, Taylor, I'm hungry.
Somebody said that.
Yeah.
And then like 2 hours into the drive, everyone goes, this looks familiar. And then we pull up to Angelo's Pizza in Wilkes-Barre. And then I feel like Mike was like equally happy, but also like couldn't show it because he was so mad at Taylor.
Yeah.
That he just like stormed out of it and just like went and ordered his food.
Taylor planned this heist.
Dude, it was like
That's amazing.
Taylor wanted to ruin everyone's day just so that he could have the satisfaction of showing up here.
And you didn't know either.
I didn't know.
He smartened me up but he was like, I just texted Saba, we have 5 like sweet sauce pizzas waiting for us.
He like gave me the Iggy like just trust me.
Yeah. Dude, I don't remember what tour it was. Maybe Every Time I Die or something, but we stayed at the Title Fight House 2 nights in a row because of proximity to like New York and then Philly or whatever. Both nights in a row, Saba was there with Ben and there were just pizzas waiting for us. Just in the oven, like perfectly cooled down.
Maybe one step closer's onto something with this Place record title. Huh?
Yeah, maybe. Really good.
I know the place, and I love the place. I love the pizza. I love the food.
I love the food.
I love the food.
Which is, okay, we got to save food for the end because I know I got to hear your opinion on some of these things.
I actually got asked like it's not a Kale question, but I guess it's kind of a question going back to like people that have asked insane questions. Mm-hmm. A couple of weeks ago, this wrestler doesn't have he probably will never ever hear this, but he has like no common sense. We're talking about different places we've worked, and I think he was asking like how to get booked in different places or whatever, and then he just goes, Brody, you're from the UK, right? I said,
oh yeah, bro.
I said, do I fucking sound like I'm from the UK? And he goes, well, I don't know. You know, like I just figured like because you're friends with Buddy and Malachi, I'm like, they're also not from the UK.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
One's from the Netherlands and one's from Australia.
Oh, it's so...
It's just like, what is wrong with you?
I would love, without, obviously, with discretion, I would love to hear, like, punishing wrestling stories. You have told me that, you know, touring in a band and doing the wrestling, especially, like, on the more independent stuff, is, like, really similar. But you have also expressed to me that wrestling punishers are, like, miles beyond music punishers. And you're in a unique position.
Well, I get both.
Probably to get both quite a bit.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I mean, it definitely happens. You know, no fault to them though. Like they are diehard supporters of whatever you do, which is awesome. But sometimes the social tells aren't there to be like, this conversation is over and we need to move on. Where it's just like constant hanging around and it's just like, and they'll just ask you some question. You're just like, dude, I don't know. Like, I have 50 people behind you. Can we please talk about this later?
No.
Like,
this is the only moment they want with you, and they want to know what your favorite Teletubby is.
So my least favorite thing that pro wrestling fans do to me, and I'll just tell you guys straight up, I don't like when I'm tested on hardcore by a pro wrestling fan.
Ah, interesting.
Because for one, I guarantee that you've been to like 5 shows in your life. You haven't lived it for the last 20 like I have. And 2, you just don't know as much as I do. That's just a fact.
It's the Ron Swanson in the Home Depot where they're like, "You need help, sir?" And he's like, "I know more than you."
I know more than you.
All right.
Is it?
But it's like I'll be in New York City and someone goes, "So, what's your favorite New York hardcore band?" And I'm just like, "The fuck? Which part? Like, what do you want me to say?"
Yeah.
And then it's like, then I'll start saying like, Marauder or Irate or, something that's like kind of more of a deep cut. And they're just like, oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
It's like, you don't fucking know who these bands are. You wanted me to say Agnostic Front or Cro-Mags. Go away.
I really liked the thing the other day of the kid tweeting at you, like, just saw Brody King in line at Starbucks and asked him if he liked Silverstein. And he said, fuck no.
You're mixing up.
Oh, he had a Silverstein.
He tweeted, but he also asked me this in person. He said, the first thing he asked me, we're in line for Starbucks, show was over, and he goes, "Hey, Brody, I love your band." I was like, "Thanks, man." And he's just like, "Yo, do you like Silverstein?" And he had a Silverstein shirt on. I just went, "Fuck no." And he goes, "Do you like any post-hardcore?" I was like, "Fuck no." And then he tweeted, "Just ask Brody King if you like post-hardcore," and he just said, "Fuck no."
And I'm really like that they get to know the real you.
We were talking about this the other night when Nate and I went to a diner with my friend Ty. He doesn't listen. He only listens to heavy music.
Who? Mr. King?
Mr. King.
Oh, yes, he does. Well,
pop music,
no, that's not true.
Music, and heavy music.
He's a
pop
guy.
Okay.
We've got an eternal playlist going of pop classics. The gifts that keep on giving, if you will.
Yeah.
Hit the replay button.
Hit the replay button.
Okay.
And it's like I'm basically the same. Where it's like I either listen to pop music, Watch Mojo top 10 Will Arnett moments, and then hard stuff, or.
I mean, here's the thing. I just don't understand listening to bullshit for no reason. Like, if you're a hardcore band, be hard, or get the fuck out. I don't know.
How do you feel about like the be harder signs and stuff at shows?
I think it's awesome. It's crazy because it's like
it has to be. Yeah.
I always equate it to like if I was a kid seeing that. If I was a teenager into God's Hate, watching wrestling that I liked, and someone had a God's Hate sign, it's like, that's sick. Like,
it's like the only two things I like together at last.
Yeah. And
it's
like Rancid playing Ruby Soho to the Ring the other day was amazing because
unbelievable.
I hope that creates a bunch of new punk kids that are going to listen to Rancid and find whatever band from there,
Absolutely.
And I hope the same with like, Be Harder is my entrance music. Hopefully that, some kids find that and then they find Cro-Mags and Agnostic Front. Maybe not, whatever. Maybe not either of those bands now.
But. Oh, your 2 favorite New York hardcore bands?
Yeah. But, and like educate themselves and become hardcore fans.
Do you think, how to phrase this? Do you think the people with the sign are God hates fans?
Come on, man.
God's hate fans who went to the show, or the other, like wrestling fans who got into
probably
God's
a little bit of both.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of both. I've definitely seen kids with they're tattooed and have like a Terror shirt. Yeah, probably little column A, little column B. But regardless, I feel like we've made a lot of God's Hate fans out of people that just like heavy music in general. Like they don't know what hardcore is, but they're like, oh, this is cool. Like sounds like metal.
The homie from Tool, that's the cool one.
Yeah. So Adam Jones, the guitar player of Tool, goes to PWG all the time.
Oh,
and,
really?
Like, I didn't know that really. And then one day he just like came up to me and bought a t-shirt and then told me that he was a big fan of mine. And I was just like,
You're like, bro, I've been a Tool my whole life.
And it's like, literally, I thought that you were like a god when I was like 13. Like, this is insane.
I think Tool is like the one thing my dad and I can agree on musically. Well, like Genesis and Tool are like where our interests collide. Because like my dad doesn't like heavy music at all, but
Same.
Tool was like just weird enough where he was.
It's
like,
music. I mean,
these guys are doing something different. So when I told him, like, yeah, the guy from Tool likes God's Hate, he was like, really?
You made it, son.
I think that was the first time he was like, I think I'm proud of you.
Adam will post wrestling videos or pictures of me from PWG and put God's Hate like in his story. So it's like, you know,
that's so cool.
I feel like music nerds like worship that man and like are probably like, I will listen to anything that you recommend. So it's like, it's pretty crazy to get that out.
That goes, anything you say goes.
Dude, I mean, what's it? Danny Carey? Is that the drummer?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Animal.
Unbelievable. I got into Tool late in life, let me tell you. Not as a child at all.
You didn't have Dan Young raising you, brother.
No.
Happy birthday, Dad. Today's my dad's birthday.
Oh, big.
He's not going to hear that.
He never did.
Yeah.
I think the first time my dad was like, oh, I think I'm proud of you in a similar way was we went to a Cubs game and the Metro was right across the street from Wrigley. And at the time, we knew a guy who was doing the talent managing there at the Metro. Mm-hmm. And I got him to clear us a spot in the Metro driveway so that we could park, because otherwise it's like $80 to park near Wrigley. And you know how dads are, like walking to the stadium from like, you could see it from where we parked. And he was like, this is
ridiculous.
This is unbelievable.
We might as well go home.
Yeah, you know, I could definitely relate to you guys. You know, I think the time that my dad was most proud of me was when I did my entrance at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah, that's about the same.
Yeah, Bo got himself.
Or you know when I debuted on national television.
Yeah, Bo got his dad a parking spot. I got my dad a fucking cake for his birthday, and you went to Madison Square Garden.
The important thing, Nate, you know, keep your chin up. You'll get there.
Yeah, I'll get there someday.
One day too, you'll get a parking spot at the Chicago Metro.
At the Metro.
I guess you know. Should this be the transition into food time?
Let me tell my favorite tour story of all time.
Please.
What have you been holding out on me for, bro?
So I did a tour. So the tour was originally supposed to be God's Hate, Criminal Instinct, King 9. I think it was supposed to be the first God's Hate tour. Colin decided to get a job at Big Brother. And therefore
I don't know that I can say the name of the show on this. So it's called
Schmick Schmiller.
Large Male Sibling.
Timestamp?
Older male sibling. No, I'm just going to leave it in.
All right, cool.
But so Colin can't do the tour and then refuses to allow us to do the tour without him.
Oh.
Which is fair, I guess. It was like our first thing ever doing.
My first set of shows.
Yeah,
ever.
no, I got you.
Come on.
Yeah,
I would have done it without him.
You're sick.
So I ended up driving everyone on this tour. Everyone's in the same van. There's like 8 or 9 people. We play Gilman and, or no, it wasn't Gilman. It was, what was it? Rocktown or whatever? Not Rock City.
Rock Band University.
Rock Band University in Sacramento.
Okay.
Actually a sick venue.
Great venue, gone now.
Terrible people that would rent it out and then they would ask for more money for no reason. Yeah. Anyways, we're driving back. Rudder from King 9, the drummer, decided to book a 6 a.m. flight out of LAX after a show in Sacramento. We rented this van, or they rented the van from this piece of shit that is notoriously a piece of shit. But it was like the only thing available at the time.
Yeah. I'm
driving like 100 trying to get him to this flight that's like in 4 hours and we're 5 hours away.
He wasn't even. Why?
It's probably not even possible, but I was on track to make it if we were going to get there. We are in Santa Maria, which is like probably 2.5, 3 hours into the drive. Tire blows out. I get it over to the side. We're like, all right, let's get this shit changed and get back on the road. We look under. There's a spare. We're trying to find the rod thing to lower it. Nowhere to be found. We call a tow truck. Tow truck comes. They can't find any type of tool to get the spare down.
What?
Oh,
So
God.
we have to get it towed to the Pet Boys parking lot and wait for them to open to get a new tire.
Which
So
is
it's all we
8
can
or
do.
9 a.m. Yeah, right.
They're missing the flight.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So we all I remember me and Wildcat roll out our sleeping bags we slept behind the van. There's a legendary photo of Gian with the shoe folded in half and he's sleeping on the ground, no blanket or anything,
Dude,
just laying on a shoe.
I have seen that photo and wondered the context.
So sun starts to come up and Gian is just pacing around the van, just doing circles. And we're like, what is he doing? And then he starts waking everybody up. Hey, get in the van. Get in the van. Get in the van. Everybody get in the van. And we're like, what the fuck is happening? And then he just goes, prepare to defend yourselves. We're about to be attacked. And we're just like, what? And then he goes, the same car has driven past us 5 times. We're like, okay, we're in a neighborhood. What is, and he's just delusional and tired and Gian.
Mm-hmm.
And the words that are etched into all of our brains were prepare to defend yourselves. We're about to be attacked. As if a fleet of soldiers was about to come down on us. And then nothing happened. Then we got the tire changed. I drove the rest of the way. We parked the van in a parking lot at Carl's Jr. and left the keys in it and told the guy that they rented the van from to go fuck himself.
Nice.
And then they all got on their flights later that night. But Gian sleeping on a shoe and then thinking that we were about to be attacked like it was World War III.
The shoe photo is fucking legendary. I'll have edited it in by now.
Yeah, of course.
For all the people watching, so I hope you enjoyed it.
Did I tell? You'll have to remind me, Colin. I can't remember, and I'm afraid of repeating myself on this fucking show. Mm-hmm. Did I tell the story about us playing This Is For You Fest and kids coming to fight the show with bats?
I don't think so.
So we played this fest, and it was the first. You know, remember the picture of James where he's got the mask on, no tattoo?
Yeah.
X'd up the picture. Mm-hmm. That was from that show. And so it was his first outing where people were firstly oh shit, look at this guy kind of a thing. The owner or the guy, the booker for the show, runs to our merch table and says, James, I need you outside. There's guys with bats. And James was literally what?
What the fuck do you want me to do?
What the fuck are you talking about? So I don't remember who was playing. It was honestly maybe the Mongoloids or something.
Okay.
All of a sudden the whole show dumps outside to see the fight.
Uh-huh.
So everyone, there was a lot of people there. It's literally 3 kids on mountain bikes with bats.
How do you have a bat on a mountain bike?
That seems really difficult.
That is impressive to balance.
They were don't why are you guys in our town? It was kind of hard.
Really?
Daytona Beach, yeah. They were what are all you people doing here?
Fuck off.
Yeah,
there's NASCAR.
Get on your fucking
What are they worried about?
Mountain bike and get the hell out of here.
Pedal your bat home and try not to fall while you hold it in the other hand. Well, it's that time where we start talking about what we like to eat because this is the only thing in life
that we
feels
like.
Good. You're going to share the sentiment with our last guest, Chase, who's a big Taco Bell guy. Nate?
Is that your go-to?
Yeah.
If you're just I need something to eat quick.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
It's my go-to.
Over Del?
Oh, yeah. That's simple. I love Del Taco, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Colin said the same thing.
But Taco Bell just hits different.
I want Taco Bell and I want Del Taco. If I want Del Taco, that happens a couple times a year. You know what? I think I want Del Taco.
I want Taco Bell a couple times a week.
Yeah. Whatever they're putting in there, they're putting the same stuff. They're sprinkling the crack that McDonald's puts in, where you're I don't know what it is.
It's MSG.
I need it now.
What's your order?
My order is 2 cheesy gordita crunch, beefy 5-layer burrito, and a chicken quesadilla.
Very similar to mine.
Dude, the chicken quesadilla is one of the only things where I eat the sauce that comes on it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That
like one of the
jalapeno
only-
ranch sauce?
It's good.
It's a ranch, you piece of shit.
Dude, I'm not even joking that I have to do this. I like it. If it's too saucy, I can't eat it. Oh, I had a breakthrough. When I was a kid, literally talking about this like unlocked something in my brain.
Okay.
I had a babysitter named Brenda. Brenda fed me and her kids cottage cheese every single day.
What? Cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese, not jizz.
So that's what started it.
I'm convinced it has to be. It has
So
to.
you were literally assaulted with cottage cheese.
Quite. I was. Yeah.
There's a sex thing in there that is the reason you
There's
can't
no
eat
sex.
it. There's a sex. Cottage cheese is code for jizz, and she jizzed all over you.
Oh my god.
What the fuck, dude? How do we get here?
What? He said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that she jizzed on you and that you can't eat ranch now. I mean, you got 2 sour cream sucking motherfuckers sitting in front of you right here, dude. I used to think sour cream was gross too. And one time I watched him like literally suck it out of the burrito to make me sick, and I was like, if he's doing that, it's gotta be pretty good.
That made me. I had a reaction.
Colin doesn't know shit about food.
Give me a break.
Colin thinks he knows shit about food, and then like tomorrow he'll be like, "Hey, I just got into sandwiches."
I did.
And you're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I like him now. Who cares, you know?
Dude,
You're like an actual cook.
He will never admit that he did this. The first time they toured Japan, he came home and told me, "You'd hate it there. The food is disgusting."
That's not true.
It is 100% true.
That never happened.
He said, all you can eat is udon. Hot water and fucking
this
noodles.
did not happen.
Emily remembers it as well.
Emily's
it 100% happened.
It's a house of lies. That ain't no black. There's lies. This never happened.
And I was like, what the fuck are you... I love Japanese food.
You're saying I was talking shit about udon?
No, you said that was the only thing to eat in Japan.
All he does is lie, I swear to God.
I did eat a lot.
And then when we went back, that was the first time he had ever eaten sushi.
But this was the heist of the century. You got to give it.
He hated on it for so long that we bought him sushi.
So I had this plan. I was like, sushi's really expensive, but I'm going to finally try it. I had never had it until I was in Japan. It hasn't been as good since, by the way, which I feel like is fair.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm going to complain and talk so much shit about sushi that I know how he is and I know how my brother are. That they're like, just fucking try it, dickhead, and I'll pay for it. So I was like, it got to the point where they were like, they were talking about some like fish with an eye. Like it was like the eye was still on it, but when you eat it, and I was like, yeah, I would try it. Like I'll try any meat was my quote. And they were like, you won't eat sushi? And I was like, if you're buying... So these motherfuckers treated me to the full spread. Like, try one of everything to see what you like. And I was like, all right, I guess I will. And it was the best meal of my whole life.
I mean, I've never eaten Mexico. When we toured Mexico, we ate really, really well. And touring Japan is the most, like the best I've consistently eaten outside of America, obviously. Like every night, we would have whatever.
You need to go on tour with God's Hate, brother.
Oh, dude, we eat good.
That's like, we book our tours around where we can eat.
It's true. We've in 2022, have only played cities with Jets Pizza.
That's true.
A radius clause.
Except Los Angeles, yeah.
Except LA. So they're going to need to open up in the next month or so, or we're going to have a problem.
We're going to have a fucking problem. Yeah, I love Japanese food.
But
the only thing, the sushi there that they have a lot, though, that I don't like is the like fish pasty shit in seaweed, where it's like kind of mushy.
I'm not talking about? Wait, the roe? The little balls?
No, not the little balls. It's like this, like
balls.
It's like pink. It looks like fucking pate or
spicy
something.
tuna?
What the fuck you talking about, bro?
Are you talking about the spicy?
I think your head's up your ass.
I think my head's up my ass. What's the best meal you've ever had on tour or with wrestling? Like on the road.
I mean, last week I ate at a 2 Michelin star restaurant in Vegas. That was pretty
Where
cool.
at?
It's called Picasso in the Bellagio.
Very nice.
It's
What'd
great.
you get?
What?
What'd you get?
So they're like prefix menus. I'll take you through the menu actually. Right, I'll tell you what I got right now.
This man.
There was a 5-course meal. We started with Iberico pork, which is the most expensive cured ham in like the world. It came with a little piece of bread with some like fresh bruschetta on it. Incredible. Second course was a lobster citrus salad.
Oh my
Incredible. Third course was a seared scallop with this gravy potato mixture. It was fucking insane. Mind blowing.
I love a scallop.
Then there was the seared foie gras on lentils.
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
Those poor ducks or geese or whatever, but
Don't care. Whatever. It was amazing.
You can get them ethically.
And then for
You can get ethically raised foie gras.
I don't care.
So
Whatever.
they don't have to barf it all up.
Just
for you to
squeeze
eat
it out of
order?
Then the main dish was filet mignon with mashed potatoes and a vegetable medley. That was amazing. And for dessert, there was a caramel souffle. So
Vegetable medley is one of the funniest phrases. It's like vegetables playing all their hits together.
this is like in the base of the Bellagio. You see the like fountains going off. There's actual Picasso paintings like in the restaurant. Like it was pretty awesome. But you know that was because we were in Vegas for like a week. I've had
Totally
great meals otherwise, but I think the greatest meal on tour was when Maddie Matheson treated us to dinner.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That's twice now.
He was. I was like, I need to try your food. And he's like, well, bring the band, give me like $50 a person, and I'll give you the most insane meal of your life. And it was that. It was like veal shanks and his mac and cheese
I will
and
never forget
fried chicken
the
and
beef tartare.
dude, the beef. Yeah, this was when he had
Raw
the
beef.
Parts and Labor restaurant,
yeah.
which I don't think is around anymore. But
I'm not sure.
it was an unbelievable experience, especially like while on tour and you're like eating McDonald's every day, and then you get treated to like this world-renowned chef.
Yeah, like actual.
Kale didn't go.
Kale bailed so that you can go smoke weed.
Wow. Was it the $50 or the week?
No, the band paid for it.
Band paid for it.
That is unforgivable.
But let me tell you something about Kale. And Kale, this is in your defense. I once asked Kale, death row. You're getting put to death. They're gonna cut your head off, nuts, hands, feet, all the things. You get one meal. He answered in less than 1 second.
McDonald's chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce.
No. Just barbecue sauce.
No, just barbecue sauce.
It was. I didn't even finish the sentence. Barbecue sauce. Like he sat at home just like
This man is a barbecue sauce aficionado.
it's crazy.
Like he can rank them. We always hit the. Do you have barbecue sauce by chance?
Barbecue by chance is like his like if he walks into any kind of establishment whatsoever, it's do you have barbecue sauce by chance? And it's like the meal is like how I feel about ranch.
It's
probably
based around barbecue
times
sauce.
1,000.
Yeah.
He feels about barbecue sauce. I really like the idea somebody had about you eating a burger with some mayo on it live on the show.
Oh, dude, it's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Look, it has nothing to. This is true. It has nothing to do with how it tastes.
It's white. That's why you like it.
It's just like the goopiness.
It's not goopy. It's creamy.
Mayo's pretty good.
No.
Mayo's pretty. You pull that fucker with a knife out of the
Get the
jar
fuck.
and put it on.
It's goop.
Grow up.
That's gonna go every time you clean it up.
No, it's just I understand the concept. I would just rather have barbecue sauce or a hot sauce
Both.
or ketchup or something.
Put fucking
That's
both.
the thing. When they're both on there,
Oh.
it's like it's you know the scene in Ratatouille where he eats the fruit and the cheese.
And the fucking the fireworks are going off in his brain.
That's me with mayo and barbecue sauce.
But what is Ratatouille? No, I just like I don't know. What is it? Is it Wendy's or is it a Whopper that comes with ketchup, mustard, and mayo?
It's a Whopper. Doesn't come with
Whopper.
I don't think it's mustard.
No mustard, ketchup and
One of them,
ketchup and mayo.
Ketchup and mayo. Good God.
Ketchup mayo. That is not initiated. If you go to McDonald's in Europe or something, they say ketchup mayo because they're asking you, do you want ketchup or mayonnaise with this? And most of the time, as an American, you just go, yeah. So they charge you for both.
Yep.
And it's like a euro a packet. That's something
ridiculous.
we did not get into, dude.
No, we didn't. And
refills
I'm gonna
in Europe are a full price of a new
Okay.
soda. And
I need to talk
is
about
this big, medium's this big, and the large is this big.
I don't know if you guys remember, but like when the pandemic started and restaurants, like closed or even had like limited capacity, there were no refills.
Yeah, it was a dark time.
I was really afraid that was going to become like,
the new standard.
The new standard. Just I would have lost my fucking mind.
Scary stuff. These are scary times out there.
Scary.
That's what it took for me. I was like, oh, refills are ending.
Give me the shot. Give me the jab.
Yeah, I'll take the second one too.
Yeah, Europe is fucking bullshit. They don't even have the real pop. You have to pay for bathrooms.
They don't have the real what?
Soda pop.
Soda pop.
Thank you.
He's from another place.
Oh, I know. I just needed him to correct himself.
He knows not what he does.
And yet you knew what I was talking about.
No, I didn't.
He thought you were talking about
you were lost. You were lost.
Yeah, maybe.
Talking about refills at restaurants and pop and okay.
Yeah, for refill your lollipop from BK, brother.
Dude, why do you have to pay for a bathroom that still smells like piss?
That is paying for a bathroom is like I can't think of anything more anti-poverty than that.
I'll give you 50 cents if it's amazing.
Yeah. If I get the towel service and the guy who tells me I look great and all that, give me that for 50 cents. But if I just got to pay 50 cents, your bushes are getting
dude,
soaked.
But you know what? They have a couple things at European McDonald's for breakfast. They have the roasty, which is hash brown on an egg McMuffin.
Dude.
Why don't we have that?
The McMuffin fresh chicken.
Yeah, yes.
The chicken,
breakfast.
It's like a McChicken McMuffin.
McChicken McMuffin.
What are we waiting for?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know how it's possible.
Nothing will ever be as good as Japanese McDonald's.
I love, dude, the Yokozuna Big Mac.
Dude, it's a delicacy.
I don't think we had it. Had it.
It's crazy.
We were too concerned with
It's always fresh. It's always amazing. It's 5 stars. Give it three Michelin stars.
Dude, so we had Baker on that whole Southeast Asian tour, who is also like a very
picky
pickiest.
He's a chicken nugget man. And we were in Malaysia and we just had lots of weird food. Fish sauce is really potent. Mm-hmm. And if you're not really used to it, and it's in they use it like crazy, so it can be really potent. And me and Baker were like, yo, we're in Malaysia, let's go get McDonald's. Mm-hmm. Sounds great. We both got a burger and whatever. Ground beef isn't halal. So the burgers were real weird. And it was a very bad experience. And Baker was not.
They can, what is the halal process different in manufacturing?
Isn't it like kosher? They bless the meat or some shit?
There's a lesson in that. Yeah, it has to do with how the animal's slaughtered or whatever. But mixing animals is a no-go.
Oh, gotcha. Baker, you mentioned Baker. I don't know if we've ever really gone into detail about Andrew Baker was a legendary, prolific merch guy who did merch for Twitching Tongues and for Harm's Way eventually. And he had this bit where whenever we would go off and eat somewhere really good, he would go to McDonald's. And we would normally come back being like, dude, best meal of the tour. So every time he ate McDonald's, he would go, best meal all tour. Unprovoked, he'd just be like, man, best meal all tour. After eating 4 tenders.
He's the one who showed us fucking Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Oh, man.
Legendary.
If you can... Oh, man. I'm never awake.
You definitely aren't. I just got to tell the people at home real quick. I know you're going to...
I don't know. I don't know if my coworkers watch this or not. No, they don't. No, it's fine.
Well,
No, it's fine.
if you're Bo's coworker and you're watching or listening to this, I'm lying. If not, Bo, so I'll start working on the show, like recording or editing this at like 8 a.m. my time, which is 10 Central.
I work an 8 to 5. You gotta think about that.
You're about to get this boy fired.
That's why I'm
PM
saying.
to AM? Because I ain't never seen you at no 8 a.m., brother. But I'll get a text back at like noon Pacific.
Yeah.
which is 2 Central. And you'll notice on HardLore release days, I really hope it happens this week, is I'll be up at like 8 promoting the episode. And there will be a midday bump at about 2 Central when Bo posts it. And I'll simply say, good morning, Bo.
Yeah, my sleep has gotten real fucked up lately. I stay up till 4 or 5 every night.
What do you do?
Just
Chatting online?
No, I just like I feel
On
more
AOL
creative.
Instant Messenger.
You're checking your sites?
Yeah.
Just refreshing
Nah.
Twitter.
Checking my sites and I'm watching my stories.
Yeah, I just like it. I don't know. I like being up late. Circling back almost completely, a Casey and Nick story about not knowing when we were leaving or doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We had to drive overnight to Los Angeles, actually, for the Terror Tour. And we told James, messaged everybody, said, yo, get to the space at around 8, you know, because everyone had to get off work and blah, blah, blah. And like, we'll load up and start the drive. And about 9 a.m., there was a text that went to the group chat from Nick or Casey. And they were like, hey, where are you guys? And they were 12 hours early.
Oh,
So they left Milwaukee at 6 in the morning.
my God.
Got to the practice space when everyone's working. And they can't go anywhere or do anything.
Classic. Well, I would take that any day over.
Yeah.
Over. Are we practicing? Oh, we're leaving. Oh, we're driving 20 hours. Okay.
God's Hate hasn't done a fest, like a one-off fest over in Europe.
Nope.
No, we've never been there.
We're supposed to go to Outbreak, but canceled.
I thought that's why I asked. I thought
We did. I think we formally canceled a couple weeks ago. I don't know if we've like put it out there, but like, first of all, he's got
he's a busy man.
He's got a show that weekend, and also, this is a PSA to any band, any person that likes music that is going to see live music this summer. Whatever band is flying to play near you paid $1 trillion to get there. Flights right now are minimum like $1,000 a person.
For the
Getting
US to
anywhere.
Europe. Yeah.
So buy a shirt, say thank you, go to the show. But also, you don't owe them shit. But at the same time, if you want them to do it again, maybe go see them or something. But like us flying to Outbreak and whatever shows we were going to do, it was like probably 10
It's going
grand.
to cost double or triple what we would make.
So it just makes no sense.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I think we're probably in the era of like $35 shirts.
You know,
We're pioneers of.
I hope so.
No, I know. No, I know. I know you guys were one of the first groups who said the age of the $20 shirt is upon us.
Oh yeah.
Switching Tongues was in the age of the $15 shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That people were mad.
From 12 to 15, it
I
was like,
remember.
what?
Oh,
were mad.
dude, this is incredible. I actually meant to talk about this. This shirt is from early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I was browsing Craigslist one day, like over 10 years ago, for metal shirts, whatever. Found a guy who was selling this for $7, which is what he paid for it
Wow.
when he saw Metallica. So I went and met the guy like immediately the same day, and I had a 10 on me, and I was like, here you go, man, thanks. And he was like, oh, you gave me too much. I was like, yeah, it's $3. He's like, no, man, us metalheads got to stick together. Hold on. Went and got change.
No fucking way.
On my mother.
And now that shirt's
was-
like $300.
Yeah.
Dude, they ain't sticking anywhere now. They ain't sticking together shit. It's all of the market is fucked, man. If you want an old shirt, you gotta you got to pull out a loan. You got to go
paint out the wazoo.
Straight up, dude. You got to go through Granny's old piggy.
Kardashians.
You got to cash them birthday checks that she's been sending you a couple times a year by accident.
Dude, the worst hardcore bands have the most expensive T-shirts for no reason, just because it's old.
Oh,
yeah, just because it's old.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think one of the hardest laughs of my life was, and no diss to Lagwagon. I don't know who you are. I don't know you personally, but seeing a Lagwagon shirt sell for $200 was like, I feel like I cried laughing. Like that's where we are. You know,
I have several Metallica shirts that are several $100s on eBay that I paid double digits for, like $35 for.
Dude,
Yeah.
You know.
that first Marauder shirt I have with the red circle.
Yeah.
When I was 15 years old, I paid $40 for that, and motherfuckers were mad at me.
Because it was too much?
Yeah, they were like, "Who do you think you are? This fucking kid paying $40 for this shirt?"
If you guys ever want to see some ridiculous price shit, look at old wrestling T-shirts.
Ah.
Yeah.
I have an Undertaker shirt that I spent $7 on probably 15 years ago. It is worth $1,000 now.
Yeah. We knew a guy from Thailand named Mr. Gap, and he runs a thing called Stash Pages, and he'll.
Well, there's another guy. It's he's either from Singapore or Thailand. It's like Chubby Vintage or something like that.
Oh, that's Mr. Gap.
Okay,
That's Mr. Gap.
He's the man.
Yeah. He's fucking awesome, and he has crazy inventory. But yeah, like it'll be Undertaker shirts for like many hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
God damn.
Gotta start bootlegging them sons of bitches. I don't know what you can talk about. Well,
get your money.
We're at an hour 15. This was
that's perfect.
a lovely time with my man Brody King. Thanks for coming by my house to do it.
What do you got coming up? This is going to come out in a week, so are you doing
I don't know.
any like smaller wrestling things or anything?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Catch me on TBS or TNT weekly.
Yeah, every Wednesday, every Friday. This man's on television. For now, he's in my office, and he's got a meet and greet coming up in a couple minutes. I'm gonna get him out of here. I'm gonna wheel him on over there and meet some greets.
I think I'm gonna get some Taco Bell.
Good call.
Nice.
I think that's
Good
the night.
place to end it. You know, Brody will be back on. We barely scratched the surface of this. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.